Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something intense. It's this survival story set in a world that's literally flipped. Our goal isn't just to retell it, but to really dig into the lessons learned when, well, reality itself turns against you.
That's right. We're following a young man, Alex, and a pilot he meets. They're trying to get through this unbelievable catastrophe. Think massive earthquakes, gravity gone haywire, molten magma pouring down city streets. It's chaos.
And the core mission, Alex needs to get insulin back home to his sister. She's sick. But the setting, it's just bizarre. Magma flowing down through cracked. Yeah, but also cars, debris, even people falling up into the sky.
It's hard to even picture. And the pilot, he saw this firsthand, midair. Imagine descending 20,000 feet instantly, having to dive the plane, bank hard just to build speed and dodge. Well, everything falling upwards.
Falling dirt, rock.
And people. He saw people tumbling up. The source material really focuses on their faces. That image sticks with you.
Yeah, the psychological impact must have been immense.
Yeah.
And the description of those faces, it sets up this core tension, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He saw two kinds, basically. Some just frozen in absolute terror. Understandable, right?
Completely pure, raw fear. But then the others, he described them as looking serene, peaceful almost, as if they'd somehow in that instant just accepted this impossible reality.
Embrace death as a friend, I think the text says.
Exactly. That split terror versus acceptance, it kind of hangs over everything that happens next, doesn't it? Like, what does it take to react one way or the other?
It's a heavy start. So how do they even begin to navigate this? Where do you go when the world is upside down?
They go down into the sewer system. Ironically, the lowest point becomes relatively safer.
Safer, but still incredibly dangerous.
Yes.
The text describes it being split open by the quakes.
Right, magma dripping from above. They have to navigate just by voice, feeling their way along this narrow wall. Old city infrastructure, maybe the only thing holding together.
And then they find a way out. But it depends on Alex's specific knowledge of the area.
Yeah, this is the first big instance of unconventional thinking winning out. They find this sign, Century Park, 8 feet above, but it's stenciled upside down over a manhole.
A literal upside-down map.
And Alex connects it. He remembers the park from skateboarding there, barefoot as a kid. He knows exactly where the big, strong oak branches are, the ones that gave the most shade.
That kind of specific, almost random memory becomes the key. Incredible.
It really is. It lets them devise this plan, use a metal hook, a cable line, swing out of the manhole,
Catch the line on the chain link fence surrounding the park.
and then swing again onto those sturdy oak branches he remembered, high above the chaos on the ground level.
So they're using his childhood memory and some basic physics to, like, bypass the broken streets entirely.
Precisely. And Century Park itself becomes this insane obstacle course. They're moving tree to tree using the cable.
Crossing these huge fissures, zigzagging across the park with lava flowing beneath them.
And they're using whatever's there, the swing set, monkey bars, the base of an old merry-go-round, anything they can hook onto to get across the gaps towards the center gazebo.
It's like extreme improvisation. But that kind of physical exertion, it has to take a toll.
It does, especially on the pilot. All that friction, the tension on the cable, his hands just get shredded.
Glisters, bleeding. The text is quite graphic. Makes sense. Constant gripping, intense strain.
Yeah, it reaches a point where he just can't reliably use the cable anymore. Their primary method of movement, this improvised cable system, it hits a hard limit because of the physical cost.
So they need help. They manage to reach an apartment building area.
Right, and they find this guy, Simon Gertie. He's taking shelter near an overturned carport, and the car's literally upside down. He's bewildered, obviously, but help.
Simple first aid, right? Just cold water from his fridge, which is also overturned and messy.
Exactly. It's this moment of basic human kindness cutting through the complexity. And it forces Alex to pivot their strategy.
Okay, so the cable swinging is out, at least for the pilot. What's the new plan?
Simpler movement, porch to porch. Across the block, aiming for another sewer manhole they believe is safe. Speed and constant movement are key.
And this isn't just about avoiding magma on the street level, is it? There's this theory they mentioned.
The Mannheim effect, yeah. It comes from a neighbor, Mr. Dobbs, who apparently died helping others. He had this book,
And the theory suggests
basically that during this kind of massive geological or magnetic shift, the ground itself, the foundations of buildings on the surface, become unstable over time. They weaken progressively.
so houses, even sturdy ones, become traps.
That's the idea. Going underground basements, sewers isn't just about dodging lava flows. It's about finding the only places with real, lasting structural integrity. running to the earth, not staying on it.
Wow. Okay, so that adds a whole layer of urgency to getting underground. It's not just shelter, it's fundamental safety based on this theory.
Exactly. It provides a kind of doctrinal reason for their path. And this next phase involves some incredibly high-risk moves between those porches. They also pick up two more survivors here, Dana and Trina.
The double Dutch jump. That sounds precarious.
It is. They observe the magma isn't falling in a solid sheet between the porches. It's intermittent, like pulses.
And they time it.
They figure out there's roughly a 5-second gap between the sheets of falling magma. 5 seconds to make the leap.
That's insane timing. No room for error.
None. Alex goes first, makes it. The pilot follows, but he gets hit. Bits of magma land on his leather jacket.
He has to rip it off, stomp out the flames.
Ooh, yeah. Just reinforces how close they are to disaster with every single move. The risk is off the charts.
But they keep going. And they find someone else.
A little girl, Ruth, alone, terrified, hiding.
And Alex? He uses that Snickers bar here.
Yeah, the soft Snickers he'd saved. Simple comfort food. A small bit of normalcy, you know? It works to gain her trust. Basic human connection again.
And Ruth provides crucial intel.
Confirms the corner house, their target, has a basement. It validates the Mannheim effect theory, gives them that final goal confirmation.
But things go bad quickly in her house.
Very quickly, magma starts pouring through the ceiling. It's a mad dash to get out.
They use the backyard stuff. Clothesline, tire swing.
Right. More improvisation. Using the mundane landscape of a backyard as life-saving anchor points for one last swing towards a neighboring tree near the target house.
And this is where the system finally breaks down completely.
Yeah. Alex is making that final swing towards the carport of the corner house. And the knot on the cable slips.
So it wasn't physical failure this time like the pilot's hands. It was the equipment itself. Their improvised tool failed.
Exactly. Pure mechanical failure. He drops, swings wildly like a pendulum. It just underscores how fragile their whole strategy is, dependent on knots holding, branches being strong enough.
They managed to pull him to safety, but then disaster strikes group.
Right after they recover Alex, the neighboring house just explodes. Massive explosion.
Mr. Garrett's house, I think.
Yes, that one. And the shockwave, the heat, it hits the porch where Dana and Trina, the two women who joined them, were standing.
And the porch collapses.
It gives way, they fall, just gone.
Yeah. Oh, man, after everything they'd been through together.
It's brutal, and this is the breaking point for the pilot. He saw the system fail with Alex, and now he witnesses this horrific, sudden loss of life.
He just freezes.
Completely. Shock, grief, maybe the sheer randomness of it all, his experience, his ability to calculate risk. None of it matters in the face of that kind of chaos. He's paralyzed.
Oh, wait, the pilot is the experienced one, the one with technical know-how, yet he freezes. And it's Alex, the teenager.
It's Alex who pulls him back, and this is fascinating, isn't it? The source seems to suggest that maybe traditional expertise in a world this broken can actually be a liability if it's not tied to something deeper.
What do you mean?
Well, the pilot is stuck analyzing the failure, the trauma of what just happened. Alex doesn't argue logic. He doesn't try to engineer a solution. He appeals directly to the core mission, to faith.
He says that line.
If my sister dies, I'm afraid I might lose my faith in God. It's raw, personal. It reframes the immediate horror within a larger existential crisis for Alex. And that cuts through the pilot's paralysis. It's not about surviving the last 5 minutes. It's about the ultimate why.
Exactly. It gives the pilot purpose again, beyond just reacting to the immediate danger. That conviction, Alex's conviction, is what restarts the engine, essentially.
So pilot climbs up. They push on.
Together, yeah. They make it to the corner house, Mr. Garrett's place, now confirmed abandoned after the explosion next door.
And they follow the Mannheim plan.
Break a window, get inside. They find the basement. It's dimly lit, looks like it used to be a rec room.
And they secure Ruth there. Make her as safe as possible.
Yeah, turn over a sofa for her to rest on, give her the supplies they carried, bottled water, some cheese, peanut butter. They got the most vulnerable one to the place they believe was truly safe, underground.
And is it safe? Does the theory hold up?
For the moment, yes. Alex actually observes that no new cracks seem to be opening up near that specific house. He thinks the main magma flow nearby might be releasing a lot of the pressure, as the text puts it.
So, deep inside the Earth, their risky strategy, backed by that theory and Alex's sheer will, it actually worked. They found a pocket of stability.
It seems so. A temporary reprieve, at least, earned through incredible hardship.
Okay, so let's synthesize this a bit. This deep dive really highlights the failure of conventional approaches, doesn't it? And the unexpected power of unconventional thinking driven by sheer belief.
Absolutely. What really stands out is that relentless ingenuity. Using everything, skateboarding memories, playground equipment, clotheslines, timing magma flows down to the second, resourcefulness pushed to the absolute limit.
But that ingenuity alone wasn't enough, was it? The pilot had skills, but froze.
Right. The ingenuity needed that anchor, that unwavering conviction. For Alex, it was saving his sister, tied to his faith. That non-negotiable core belief fueled everything when logic and experience hit a wall.
So the takeaway for you, listening to this, maybe it's about the power of combining those things. Creative, unconventional solutions, yes, but anchored by a deep personal trust. Trust in a theory, like Mannheim. Trust in a gut feeling, a memory, or maybe something more profound. That seems to be what keeps things moving when the world stops making sense.
Yeah, knowing the old rules, even the rules of a childhood park, or believing in a new rule like the Mannheim effect, allowed them to somehow chart a course through the chaos, making a new map for an inverted world.
Makes sense. And thinking back to the very beginning, those faces the pilot saw, falling into the sky, some terrified, some serene. We saw the immense conviction Alex needed just to survive, let alone face the end peacefully. So what does this story really suggest about us? About the human spirit's ability to process something so utterly world-shattering instantly? What kind of faith, what depth of conviction is needed not just to scramble and survive like Alex, but to meet absolute catastrophe, total inversion, and somehow embrace it as a friend? That's maybe a question only you can answer, having taken this deep dive with us.